When I teach mathematics, I teach by handwriting the maths in front of the students so they can see the thought process that go behind solving the problems, and that's really, really important. The issue I was having was I was using the document camera, my hand was getting in the way sometimes it was out of focus, or the lighting was poor in the room so you couldn't see it very well. You had to keep on mind that you had to line things up nicely. It was very easy to have your page sort of get off kilter, and so there were a few problems like that which made it harder for the students to follow it. They still really, really wanted to see those handwritten solutions, but I was looking for a way of making it tidier and easier for them to see. So my hand wasn't in the way, and that there were no issues with focus or visibility. I switched to using a Microsoft Surface Pro tablet, which has a stylus that you can write on the tablet. It still allowed me to write as legibly as before, but it dealt with all the issues in terms of lighting and a hand being in the way and focus. I was able to write at any orientation and it would show up perfectly straight on the screen. It was much easier for students to see from the back of the room, and even better, instead of having to scan my notes at the end of a session to upload, I could just export what I'd written as a PDF. So it made it simple to upload notes, and I could write as legibly. Even better, instead of having to cart 4 or 5 different color pens down, I could just easily switch with the software between different pen colors and highlighters. So that allowed me to produce a lot more color in my lectures, which allowed me to color code different concepts, and that made it easier for students to follow some of the things I was doing. For students, I think the big benefit is they didn't have my hand in the way, and they didn't have to deal with any of the issues of focus or fuzziness or poor lighting. So it just made everything I was doing a lot more legible and a lot easier and clearer to see, particularly because I'm mostly lecturing in very large lecture theatres like Fisher and Paykel, where you've got 569 students and it's a long way to the back. So any improvement you can do in terms of legibility is important. From my own perspective, it's been really nice to have an electronic archive of everything I've handwritten. So I used to scan everything, and sometimes I'd forget to scan a lecture and it would disappear. Now, because I'm doing it all on a Surface Pro, I just handwrite my stuff and save the notes at the end. So I've got an archive now going back several years. So when it comes around to the next year and I'm teaching those concepts again, I can quickly look back at what I did last year and think about what to improve and what to use. And often I'll print those notes out and use them to aid me in delivering that lecture the subsequent year.